What's going on, everybody? So I figured I'd jump on YouTube because I haven't been on here and done any lives with the organizational series. So working on getting everything in here. Just trying to make sure I have all of the sockets that I want in here, and then make sure I get them in order too. So obviously starting with 1/2 inch, and I may switch some of this around, to be quite honest, because I've got my deeps here, my Snap-on deeps, and then next to them is my shallow or nano, whatever you want to call them, 1/2 inch Quins from Harbor Freight. So I mean, I can pull them out and get them. It's not that big of a deal, but I don't know. We'll see. I always end up moving some stuff around, so. How deep is the drawers on this one? It's same as the other one. It's 30 inches. This is no different than my mobile workstation that you see in a lot of my videos. So it's just taller. So this is the KERN 361. My mobile workstation, which is behind here, well, maybe it's on the other side. There it is a KEMW 361. So this is just taller with more drawers. No flip top though. So it's not the, I forget, I think the other, can't remember what the Sidekick part number is, but the Sidekick part number is similar to the KEMW. So let me see if I have any other 1/2 inchers I need to throw in there. I know I have 3-inch straights. I think everything else is 3/8. Everything else should be 3/8. I believe, well, 3/8 and 1/4 inch. So what's going on? So should be able to just do 3/8 now after all of this. So we shall see. Just getting into some organizing and getting the new box set up. So seen this on the truck yesterday. I like it size-wise. Wouldn't need the hutch though. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are not a fan of the hutch. I honestly wanted a top box, but the hutch and the box itself was already expensive enough. So I was just like, the hutch will be fine. I'm gonna eventually get another one. So I might be getting a second one due to a happy mistake from Snap-on. So we'll see if the price is right. I might get a second one of these and bolt it right next to it. And if that's the case, then I'll do a top box on that one, and then I'll just have the little hutch next to my big hutch, and this will be like my either diag center or work center or whatever, and then the main hutch will just be for whatever, my TV center. Who knows what exactly I'll do, but I'll do something. I'll figure it out. So I'll put it to good use, that's for sure. That is for sure. All right, so I've got my 3/8 Sunex I need to get in here. Wherever those are, right here. Would you sell the U.S. General you're on a fan of? Yeah, I'm selling it. I've already got it listed now. Yep, definitely selling it. I mean, if it doesn't sell for a good enough price, then I will, I'll just keep it. But as of right now, I'm gonna try to sell it, so. Have you tried the Icon anti-slip wrenches? Yeah, I have the ratcheting wrench versions for the Icons. I've had those actually before it was a whole thing. I've actually had them for, gosh, well, since I started here at this shop, because I was working both places at the dealership and here. So 5 years-ish, somewhere right around in there. And I didn't want to buy double sets of Snap-ons or double sets of any tool truck. So I bought Icons for at home. So I got the Icon there in my other box. These need some spacers. I was kind of wondering if they were going to need them or not. I wasn't sure if now or today was going to be a good time to do a live stream or not. I really just need to pick like a platform and stay consistent because I'm doing live streams, but I usually kind of bounce around, and I feel like I just need to stay consistent at one, you know, and then just focus on that for a while. Just see how it goes. You eventually get to the point on these where you don't need the little spacers that they supply you with, and you can just run them straight down, which is nice. That's why you can have so much space with these and utilize. It's the only thing I don't like about stuff like this, trays like these here, is because then you're stuck with that particular size. So obviously right here, that's all you can get. You can fit 2 more sockets on each here at the end, and that's it, and then you're done. So you have to kind of figure out how to make up the rest of the space. I've seen the KRS C4130. It's a 3-drawer workstation, has a little store. Yeah, somebody asked about that in my TikTok live stream, and I didn't know what it was. I had to look it up. I thought it was kind of weird. I don't think I would have any use for it. Like, there's not enough storage. It'd be a good Diag cart, maybe, but all of the Diag stuff I have, I don't think it'd be great. Now, if a shop was like buying them for multiple techs and, you know, they're splitting up the scantles and splitting up the scopes and stuff, it would make more sense. But it's definitely going to be a specialty cart for some. How do I like the Milwaukee M12 Impacts? I love them. They're awesome. I am really liking the Snap-on CT9035 too, which the 9038 I didn't think I was gonna like. So, and I ended up loving it, and I like the 9035 too. So, as I always tell people, they all have their pros and cons, and there's pros and cons to both the 9038 and 35, and pros and cons to the 2563 and the 2562 from Milwaukee. So, they all have some sort of shortcoming for sure. I bet you I can fit all my standards, and I should put the standards in the back now that I'm thinking about it. I'll have to switch those around, but that's all right. We got another one here, so. You know, it's funny because I don't own any standard stuff, but I do now, and it'll be nice actually to have it because it's every now and again I do come across something where I need a standard size, and it's going to be nice to have something. I always just made it work before, but now I don't have to. Although now that I'm thinking about this, gonna have to be spacers here too, because I'm gonna run the next set right there next to it. So this is my 3/4. See if I can run that there. Yeah, I can. All right, cool. So let me do this because I'm definitely going to be using those less. So let's put these spacers on. Let's see how many spacers did I run. 1, 2, 3, 4 spacers. Should be about the same. Should only have to run 4 on this one too. One thing about organizing, man, it takes time, but the end result is so worth it for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be all I need. That should be enough. Sorry, I'm just peeking back every now and again just in case you guys have any questions or whatever. All right, so I'm going to move all of these down. These are my metrics. And then I will put the standards up top. 6, 7, 8. There's only 8 standards. How does that happen? How do they do that? That's goofy. So that's all right. We can just move it up. No big deal. There's a reason I hate standard stuff. There's a reason. Probably don't even need as many spacers either, but oh well, it's my own fault. I just assumed it was the same. All good. This is why it takes so much time too. But there may be enough space, since there's only 8, I may be able to run the rest of the swivels out in this row. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should be it. All right. Let's see here. Oh, that's my 10mm. Thought something seemed a little funny. All right. And then that is all of those, so that works there. Why didn't you grab a 68-inch Epic? Because of the price. I priced out a 68-inch Epic with a 36-inch end cab with a top box on the end cab and a hutch on the 68-inch. A locker, and I think that was it. I think I just priced out one locker. And with me trading in my Master Series, which they were giving me $12,000 trade-in for that, plus the rebates, I was still going to have to pay $17,000. And I was just like, that's not worth it right now. So I just didn't want to. Do you have more Snap-on or Matco tools? I have way more Snap-on, and the only reason that is I've rarely had a consistent Matco dealer in my entire 16 plus years in this industry. My Snap-on or my Matco dealer now only comes by every now and again. The only reason he comes back is because I stretch him out. So my Snap-on guy, I pay off. I was doing that with my Matco guy, and then he wouldn't show up for 6 weeks or longer sometimes. So now I don't pay him as much to basically force him to come back. He's a great guy, really awesome guy, but just I'm not a big shop. And I told him, I'm like, you don't have to come to my shop every week, but every other week or every 3 weeks would be nice. I always buy stuff. So, it is what it is. What's the price for the whole setup? I was asking my dealer just about the box, said it was around 3 on the website. It says 8 for the box. Yeah, the bottom box is like 7,600 or something, I think is what it costs, is like full MSRP, 7,000 something for the bottom. And then I don't know what the top is. It's expensive. I think it's like 11 grand for the top and bottom with the thing. I didn't pay that for it, obviously, but yeah, it's expensive for the setup. But I will say it's going to hold even way more than my mobile workstation. So if done right, like I have my mobile workstation set up, this will hold as much as a classic double bank. Easy. Maybe even more, to be quite honest. The 30-inch depth really does help. This drawer, although I will say, I wish it wasn't the 4-inch, or maybe it's 6 inches. I don't know, whatever. It's probably 6 inches. I think they could have snuck another drawer in. I could have probably myself, and I didn't really do much research on drawer layout. I did want a speed drawer, which I do have, but I could have done this top drawer a smaller drawer, and because you can see all the space you have here, and then run another 1-inch drawer here So then I could have 3 1-inch drawers, which I think might be possible, and I could still maybe do that. I'll have to look into it because I know you can customize these. So if I can run this a little bit smaller, I might do that and then run another 1-inch drawer, and then one drawer can be all wrenches. This could be my speed drawer. I don't know, I can switch these around, and then another drawer I can do all pliers flat or whatever I want to do. So 7K, yeah. I mean, that sounds about right. I mean, if they get it on a deal, that's going to be about what you'll pay for it. That's about what I paid for this one. But I also had a $2,500 trade-in too. So the one thing I will say about my Snap-on dealer, he's a great dealer, great. He does a great job, and he gives good service. His deals are not that great. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Takes care of me on the other stuff, so. But yeah, his pricing is not fantastic. But I tried the cheap US General Series 3 box and I hated it. So now what I do plan to do is I've been watching Facebook Marketplace, and you can get these for about $3,000 to $3,500 for the bottom with a top already on it. So my plan is to find a black one, and if it has different trim, I'll buy the black one and then just change the trim out. That way I can, you know, get the rest of it for a lot less. And then I'll probably do the same thing for my 68-inch. And then I don't know if I'll just sell that outright. I don't know. Or maybe keep it, and then when I hire a tech, and if I get a really good tech and he needs a box upgrade, maybe I can give it to him or her. It doesn't really matter. You know, as long as, you know, they're a good tech, you know, I don't mind donating something like that to them. We shall see. All right, so I do have some space here. There's a couple, I have some Torx bits, which I could throw in here, which would be nice. I would like to try to get like just a plethora of different type sockets, because that other box is just kind of what I mainly use every day. But I want to try to get like just some random other sockets in here. So maybe I can do that. I also have the shallows too. Just got to figure that out. What socket brand do I use? So I have, these are Sunex, these are Snap-on, these are Quinn from Harbor Freight, these are Sunex, and then in my other main box I have Capri Tools, and these are my main sockets. I've had these Snap-on sockets basically since I've been in the industry. If you look at my 19 millimeter, it almost looks chrome. All of the finish is worn off on it so much. So you can look at it compared to that socket there. I've worn this socket down a ton, never warrantied it once, and they're great. So it's one thing about Snap-on sockets, they last forever. But I've used all different brands, and some are good, some are not as good. I've had really good luck with my Capri Tools sockets. The Sunexes look very similar to the Capri Tools, so I imagine they're either made by the same company or they're very similar quality. And I've heard good things about Sunex sockets, so we shall see. I did pick this up yesterday too. This thing is sweet. Bluetooth, and it's it goes up to 1,000 amps DC, and then it also has an AC reader here. So let me show you this. I thought this was cool. So it measures AC voltage. If you have AC voltage coming out of somewhere, you just press and hold this button. So if you're doing stuff around the house, to tell you if you're live or not. So I thought that was pretty sweet too. So that's what that is right there. And it'll do up to 1,100 in AC. And then, like I said, it is Bluetooth as well. So I already downloaded the app. I did an amperage draw test on that starter, and it worked perfectly. So I was kind of bummed because that starter was going out, and I had I felt like it was a starter because it was just slow cranking so bad. And I had already put a new battery in it because the battery was toast. And so I've been driving it for a while. It's a secondary loaner vehicle that we bought for the shop. I'm kind of up in the air on whether I'm going to keep it or not as a loaner. But anyways, all that being said, I was like, oh, I want to do an amperage draw test on this so I can do it before and after and use it as a post. So I was out there, I parked it, and then went to go start it, and the starter finally took a crap. I was like, oh, dang, I wanted that. I wanted that as a video, and oh, well. So I've been using the Skill line of 3/8 and 1/2-inch impacts, and I'm impressed. I love the Halo light. Underrated for sure. I'm surprised they are not used more in automotive. Yeah, I don't know much about those. I've seen a few other content creators that are not in the automotive industry make videos on them. I mean, most of their tools are not geared towards automotive, so that's probably why. That's kind of why you don't see a ton of DeWalt, because even though they have some really good impacts, they're just not that much geared towards the automotive industry. So, all right, let's get this out of the way. I'll move that up there. And then I wonder how many I could fit in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. I really want to switch this drawer liner out for the Toolbox widget liner. It's like a thinner drawer liner, so the magnets even work better. Now that I've got it in here, it's probably not going to happen. I need to get it before I do the rest of them, so then I can have it all set up. Not so then I don't have to pick up more of it. I have some Snap-on, but I was thinking about getting gear wrench 1/2-inch since my Harbor Freight Icon set only goes to 22 millimeters. Yeah, I don't have much experience with gear wrench, so I can't give you a good idea on that, but my Capri tool set goes up to 27 millimeter, and then my Sunex tools, I think, goes to 27 millimeters as well, or maybe 30. Yeah, the Sunex goes to 30. Let me check the Capri. I think it goes to I know it goes to 27. At least. It might go up higher. $27. So Capri goes to 27 in the deep well and 27 in the shallow as well. So Sunex goes to 30. I don't know if Sunex skips or not. It doesn't look like it because it's a pretty big set. Hercules electric ratchet. The Hercules electric ratchet is fine if you don't own any other brands. That's like my general consensus about it. If you don't own a Snap-on, if you don't own a Milwaukee ratchet, it'll be fine. If you own another brand, it's gonna suck. Like, it's just not that great of a ratchet. They're very underpowered for sure. Very, very underpowered. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could probably fit another one in there. 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And then what do we have here? That goes up, so that's going to be too much. 8 in those. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we'll do these Torx. I want Torx up in here, and I think I can run the other ones next to it anyways, so then I can have Torx bits. And these are impact as well, which is nice. So this is gonna be nice. I'm gonna get this bad boy filled up. It's gonna be awesome. Gonna be awesome. What about 3H impact sockets? I need a set that goes past 22 up to 24 millimeter. I don't know. So the 3/8 and Sunex that I have here is only 19 millimeters. I don't know. I don't have Capri Tools 3/8. I only have Snap-on 3/8, and my Snap-on goes to 24 millimeters. So that's all I can tell you. My Snap-on set goes to 24 millimeters, both deep and shallow. The Nano socket set goes to 24 millimeters and 3/8 in Astro Tools. But that's all I have in 3/8 is Snap-on, pretty much. I don't have, the rest of my 3/8 are in chrome. So besides the Sunex set, and those only go to 19 millimeters. So I don't have any Capri Tools impact socket sets in 3/8. So now we can run these here. Three, 4, 5. Probably scoot that up. 6. Maybe 7. 8. So I can go 9 there as well. But I'm pretty sure I counted all these and it was 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As long as this will fit there. Haha. Dude, that's perfect. Oh. That one needs a spacer, but I still should be able to. Still should be able to fit it with the spacer. And I believe that should hopefully be the only one that actually needs a spacer, from what I could tell. Yeah. Good enough. There we go. Dude, this is perfect. So I got those in there. Got a little bit of a gap here, which I think I'm gonna run a couple like random miscellaneous specialty sockets here, just so I can fill in that gap and I'll have a place to put them, which will be nice. You know, just kind of like the one-off or doubles or something like that. Like I have doubles of stuff because if in case I lose one or whatever, I have a backup, so I'm not waiting around to have to order one. Nothing worse than having to wait around for some tools, man. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's a lot of things worse than that, but it's not fun. All right. Now, see what else we can do. Oh, 27 minutes already. Man, time flies when you're having fun. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to jump off here. I appreciate you stopping by. I think I'm going to swing over to probably TikTok and do a live and maybe Instagram. I don't know. But I appreciate y'all stopping by. See ya. Take it easy.